Exactly what I'm looking for. Mayhem, what exactly do you think I'm looking for? Exactly what I'm looking for. Mayhem? Looking for people to join? Look at that. Actually put back to the right thing here. That's better. Look at that, this direction. Little thing up there that says subscribe. I can get subscribers now. So they've made me affiliate. So yeah, I can get people on site. It's great. But I think it'll come in time. I can now actually make my own emote, which I have. I have to improve on it though because it's not that fantastic. Chat. There we go. It's just me punching myself in the head. Anyway, we are going to try Green Hell again because there has been an update to it. Even though I had a massive gripe over it yesterday with the fact that they've not brought in the ability to improve on the building structures capability of not being knocked down, and the natives were too commonly turning up all the time. The new red one just turns up.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. My very first subscriber. They'd come along and just wipe out your building, which really sucked. And they do it all the time. They take out, and you wouldn't even have to be there, just down the road a little bit, looking, checking your traps out, whatever you're doing. You hear this noise like all these things collapsing. Better switch over to it. That's a good idea. I think it's that one. See if that works. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you'd hear these things collapsing, hear this wood falling over, and you're like, is that me just walking through bones? No, turn around and there's a native destroying your house. As an addition to the new update and the combat level, they can destroy houses. But the jokers that designed the game unfortunately didn't equalise or balance the game out by putting in the ability to strengthen houses or make it out of different materials, which would stop them from destroying it. So we've got quite a bit of a community at the moment a little upset with the fact that the patch is destroying all of their cookers and all of their smokers and all the stuff they've collected over time to put up almost instantly whilst they're off foraging for what they need to survive. Which is, yeah. Not sure if you've seen Mace today on Casper's stream. He was talking about how I had a bit of a rant last night. I was with another guy. He was on here too, and he was agreeing with everything as well. It's like, it's ridiculous. He rage quit the game, he stopped playing it, so he started watching me instead to see how long it would take for me to do the same, I think. I think that's what it was based upon anyway. Didn't take long. I went, nah, you know what, I'm just going to go straight back to Stranded Deep. And he ended up buying it that night. I didn't want to try and convince him to buy it, but he bought it, and I said, look, if you need some help with it, I can certainly help you out. For what I know about the game. Not that I'm an absolute professional on it, but I'm above noob level, I think. I say that and I'll probably sink a boat. You watch. How's your night been so far, Mayhem? Good for a Friday night? I thought I'd seen you. I must have been the day before. Because I watched the rerun. Like a record of it. Oh yeah, I think it was the day before because everyone got on Discord and I completely missed it. Even Wolfgirl and Shannon was on Discord. I was on the following day and today as well, stirring them up. Playing the Apex. What's co-op? This game's never been co-op, it's just a sandbox thing. Which is a shame. Just let me know when you're ready and set up to do the, what do you call it, the Forest VR. I'll get a server up for you. We'll have a bit of fun. Oh yeah, cool. Good idea after a physio. Keep those liquids up. Surprising how everything's so similar, being one game to the other. The same buttons do a lot of things. Backpack's still using the tab button. Watch is still F. Notebook's a bit different, and I think C in the other one is construction. So, yeah, not that much different to each other, really. I'm amazed how similar they are. In presentation and graphic-wise, no, they're much better game in graphic presentation. This particular game, anyway. This will be one that I think Action would really like because it's in 4K. I'm going to save that too because I keep getting this far and then dying. Let's save it there. What I intend to do is I'm just going to go back to the old area, get my old house, and find out how the hell you do this armour, because it doesn't seem to be in. The new update gives you new armour. It gives you a trap, which is a bow and arrow trap, and it gives you. I think that's all just stuff I haven't read. Just new things you can do with the fruit and whatever else have you. There's no new. What do you call it? No new builders and like to do your armour, so I'm guessing armour's taught by possibly killing the red native, maybe, I don't know. Mind you, the last stream I did, I killed a couple of them, but still didn't really do anything. Didn't get anything off them other than a bunch of feathers and some non-eatable flesh, so not real happy with that. Get some wood to put on this fire before I hit the sack. Oh, sorry, man. I thought you already got it. What did you get last time we spoke? I think it must have been... what do you call it? Must have been Stranded Deep or something. You got something that night. I went to that website you gave me too on Discord, that link you gave me on Discord for the racing frames and whatever else have you. Absolutely brilliant, exactly what I've been after. I didn't, however, order anything. The day into the Christmas time, I got no cash either, but in business, as in for work, because I sell electronics, people ask me about it all the time, so I may be able to use it to be able to on-sell, which would be nice. Maybe become one of their partners or their resellers, which would be pretty cool. But at this stage I hadn't been asked. I got asked that quite a lot closer to November, I think October, close to Christmas. So this year I've got at least something to be able to say, well, I know we can get really good stuff. Yeah, I'll contact them on a business level and just see whether I can get on board, see if they can do any kind of discount for a retailer. A lot of them do that because some of them will actually have the ability to on-sell it through some of the smaller shops that specialise in gaming computers and whatever else. So, and or repairs. I need to sleep. I'm going to sleep in my house because apparently they fixed that. You couldn't sleep in here before under a roof. Here we go. Is it going to work? It's going to work. Look at that. Gotta love it. Just need to get rid of that insomnia thing. What time is it? 9 in the morning, you beauty. Good day for an adventure. I don't want to pick that up. Still can't sort of place this where you want to, but either. No, it's still got to go straight down right in front of you, which is really annoying. So you can place your feet for wherever you actually put the thing down on. That's love. Burnt that meat. We'll eat that, get our sanity down. Yeah, busy one for me today, far out. Can't believe how busy it was. as far as repairs go. I think it was just basically all pickups though. Don't have to do too much for the to earn. See if there's any. No, it literally is where the mushrooms are. I would like a couple of orange mushrooms, but let's fight on the other side. Let's go. Actually, you know what? Before I go, let's save. Slave. Let's go inside and do that. Save. Yes. Let's go and see if we can find out where we can get this armour from. Let's have a bit of an adventure. Hopefully without stepping on snakes, because I'm really good at doing that. Jimbo will tell you about that. There's arrows everywhere. You can see I've had a fair bit of fights in the background. Sorry, in the past. Now, houses this direction somewhere. So here we go, running through here. Oh, he missed me, whoever it was. Oh. See, he just appears, it's weird. No chance, buddy. You've got no chance. Where'd he go? So that's the new warrior. And what do I get from him? A bunch of bones and raw fish. Raw meat. Don't need the bones. Go away. I don't need his meat. And we'll move on. Actually, no, we better fix ourselves up. Because the bugger hurt me. Not sure how. So I just gave him the 1-2. Right, where are we? It's this direction. Need to come up against a rock base above this joint. It's like a place where you can't climb up. There it is. Excuse me, and there's a hole here somewhere where you can actually just go through the wall. I bet I won't find it. There's also a waterfall. Oh, that's a tiger. I'll hit him with my fishing rod. I'm supposed to have a spear with me, not a bloody fishing rod, but anyway. Don't know where he is. I don't think he's near here. I think we've sort of bypassed him. He was back the other way. No, he wasn't. You going to spear him or what? I think I'm going to die. I think I have to try again. Make sure I bring myself a spear next time. No, can't swap weapons out. Yeah, mate. I have an Elgato Stream Deck. Got that for Christmas from my missus. That was a very nice Christmas present. Quite a good one for him. I haven't had a good Christmas present for a while. That was very thoughtful of her. Far out. 10-year-old single malt's pretty good. Let's take a spear this time. We've got a... There's a better spear than that, isn't there? Or not? Note. I was able to make a really good spear. Just a bone spear. Bone and stone. What level is that thing at? Hey. Well, let's get rid of the let's get rid of the fishing rod. Don't think we need that. Leave that home. Sure, I had a better spear than that. Not that hard to make a bone spear. Little bones everywhere. 4-pronged spear. Where are you? 62 durability. Yeah, DSLR camera would be nice. I'm running a Logitech 920 Pro. So I'm pretty happy with that. Anything more than that, the stream starts to degrade with the kind of quality you're trying to project. I found the stream starts to degrade frame drop wise with that NBN. I've got optical to the wall up here, so which is nice. 22 megasecond. Alright, that native here this time. What? Where is he? Don't see him anywhere. No, not here. We missed the actual native this time round. What's that? Is that a rock in the air or something? No, it's a end of a stick. We go over this side and up it. Different time, different place every time, I tell you. Pretty sure I know where I'm going to and then I get lost. I go, I haven't been here before. That's the waterfall. That takes you out past the bridge, so the bridge should be further around. Should be, by my calculations, just over here. I'll maybe it's down the bottom of this thing. Let's go down here. Oh, no, don't fall down there. Ah. Don't need natives to hurt me, I'll hurt myself. Did I break a leg? That's when they haven't brought into this yet. With Stranded Deep you can break a leg. Jumping down too far, you got to make yourself a splint and everything. C920, yeah, I've got a C920 as well. They're like pretty cheap at Officeworks. I've got to set that somewhere else, I think. That's just the 920. 920 Pro is a bit different again. Not sure where I'll mount that. I was sort of hoping to mount that near the dogs so I can sort of show people the dogs when they start making noise, but they don't have them inside all the time. The Rottweiler's a pretty cute little girl. She likes cameras. She's not camera shy. Right, well that brings us back to the same waterfall, so we'll go back here. Don't really want to go through the water. Just wuss out on that one. We want something to go that way, but there's nothing, so I think this is a bit of a false cave for me. That's not going anywhere, is it? This would be a good one to dwell in, actually. You could put a lot of compartments in here, like little bits and pieces. In the little nooks and crannies. Probably get lost in it most of the time, though. Not my luck. That did the job for me for quite a long time. It was capable of doing the green screen and everything in the background. The 920 was actually quite good. Does the job for a stream cam, if you look at a stream. Without raping your internet, so your brain rate drops away. So I'd imagine that the racing games are going to be pretty difficult with the frame rate. You'd have to be very careful on what you stream with that. Maybe do a stream inspector or Twitch inspector on it to see if your frame rate's right for what resolution. Excuse me, what resolution you use. Don't want too many frame drops on that. Oh, I don't think I found the hole. I think I've... What was that? Oh, stupid unknown fruit. You still can't do anything with it, I don't think. I haven't tried though. I wonder if we can cook that up yet. Here we go. Here we go. This looks like a likely suspect. Through the hills? No, maybe not. Looks good still. No, maybe not. Another dead end. Oh no, am I stuck behind the tree? I had to take a rope so I can get out. Fruit! Green screen's easy, mate. And just remember, it's just the same. It can be blue, it can be green, it can be red. It doesn't necessarily have to be green. Just a matter of shifting out the hue in the filter, and at a pinch to set up. If you ever need any help with that, I can certainly help you with it. It's easy to do. But I'm sure there's plenty of YouTubes out there to show you too, if I'm not around. In fact, it's just a neutral colour, really. Doesn't have to be any of those colours. Could be black if you're not wearing black, but I think it will have a lot of trouble with what you wear if you're using colours that are that close. What do we have here? A crate. An empty crate. Well, that'll be handy, wouldn't it? Look at that. Nothing I can do with it. That's just evil, putting that there. And nothing in it. These guys just don't like me. A little hidey hole, that'd be pretty good there, I reckon too. Be a bit noisy after a while, listen to that waterfall. Just like green screen, probably right about that. Yeah, haven't done it yet. I should probably do that. I'm actually keen to set up, I know it sounds a bit corny, but I'm keen to set up trucking VR. Something different, see what sort of crowd that pulls if it does. Because I've got it working with the truck simulator and the Oculus with the command line. The frame rate's pretty slow, but it's still funny. Still nice to be in your own truck and actually drive it around in VR and steering wheel and whatever else. I'm sure there's other people streaming it, but actually there probably isn't. To be honest, streaming it. To be honest with you, I don't think there is. I think they're just streaming the normal game, not the 3D one. But what we're doing here essentially is actually going around the very edge of the map all the way. So far it's just been following this cliff line, thinking I can find the way out to get to the older area, but incidentally I'm also going through and finding the edge of the map all the way around. But now we'll get rid of this leech. Just the one, no, another more there. Let me put my foot down. Sludge. Look at that. Bit of water. Same body of water. Oh, that'll be a caiman. I got eaten by an alligator. Euro's okay. American is better. Oh, you know, depending on what sort of trucks you like. I like the old Kenworths and the whites and the what else is there? Western Stars, and they don't have a Mac. I don't think, unless I think you can get that as a DLC, but not a payable DLC. But that's just an add-on. They don't have Macs, but with the European one, yeah, I found that you could actually get our side of the drive because if you're in the US, you're obviously on the other side of the cabin. So it's a bit off-putting because when you've got the steering wheel and you set it up, normally you set it up for our driving, which would be the gear stick on the left and the steering on the right. So it's a little bit off-putting, but outside of that, it's hard to set up, like to get it perfect. But once you've got it set up, the only thing that's going to be the saving grace is being able to run that game through the Oculus capture in OBS Live, because and that's the only reason why I kept running OBS as opposed to running slobs, because there's no interface for the 3D for the VR yet for slobs, which is reasonably annoying. Alright, we're going to go down the waterfall this time, because I'm not going to find that hole. It's the third time I try to find that hole. I did have it mapped out once, but I know the other map's so much better than this new one. I surprise myself sometimes. Watch out for that tree. Alright. Not exactly the mushrooms I want, but I'm going to take them anyway. Good source of carbs, I bet. Eat. Got my carbs back up. Pretty sure it's not up a top level anyway. I think it's... Pretty sure it's just on a ground level. I came through it last. I think I had to traverse down a hill or anything like that. I think I just went straight down. I went too far again. Going to see if I can find a caiman, eh? No worries, mate. Still walking around the very edges of the map, see what we can find. We'll go through the middle and actually die from a caiman, which I just did before. I'm actually trying to find the way out to the old area again. Sounds like someone's attacking my house. There's a caiman down here. Where is he? Can anyone see him? There he is. Is that him there? Yeah, there he is. Looks like they're slow. Bit like my maths, you know. They take a lot of arrows though. Now I can't smart swap, so they still haven't fixed that bug. The reason why I want to smart swap is because the arrow, the bow and arrow, tends to get stuck, and so you can't do much. Can I throw this stupid thing? Oh, that's right. In his ass! Now I'm in trouble because I don't have anything else other than a machete to hit him with, which is almost impossible to kill a crocky with. Just ask Steve Irwin. How I'm going to do this is going to be interesting. Oh no, got me. Way too fast for me. Says the crocodile. Back in just a sec. I'm just going to get a drinky poos. Okay. Oops, sorry I loaded that. Sorry about that. All right. Let's go again. See what we can find. Wrong way. Over here. I remember now. I reckon it's actually around that corner more. We need to look at picking up more of these arrows too. As you've seen, I ran out of arrows when I was trying to kill that caiman. Shouldn't be happening. Let's get going up here. Go around this rock a bit more, I think. Further out this direction. Three leeches? Really? Cool, mate. You haven't missed much. I died again to the caiman. I ran out of arrows and I chucked a spear, got stuck in it. Then I tried to come up behind it with the machete and it spun around and got me. They're too fast for a machete, I can tell you that. And now I'm venturing to the very left of that rock. See if I can get through here. And the caiman was exactly where it was last time. And that little dirt track. I have to say, very hard to find though. Very dark looking creature. Unlike these guys, they stick out like a mile. I'm not getting one specifically because I've got to cook it before I can eat it anyway, so I've got plenty of cooked meat on me. Could I have found the right way? I have, I think. Feels like the right way. To the bridge, even looks like it's the right way. With the hanging vines and all. There we are, look at that. You little ripper. The old area. To which I don't have I don't have a map for either. Well, I just sunk 5 to 9 arrows. Can't remember now. Let's go between that 7 arrows into it and a spear in its arse, and it still kept moving around. Not hard to kill. Just you gotta, because they're slow as hell. You just back up and. But that guy's even harder to kill. Where is he? Where are you, Mr. Tiger? Or leopard, or whatever the hell you are. It's not that guy. Try and avoid the European wasps. There he is. Now that should attack those natives up there, you would think, but it doesn't. Yeah, I just pissed it off. You're going to swap over? You're not going to swap over weapons? Okay, so the bug is still here. Can't change weapons. And now he's taking off with my spear. You bastard. I'm going to kill myself. What's in this camp? I've never found out. Oh, I probably won't either now. He killed me before I even got to the camp. Alright, so they got to fix that bug. I'm afraid that just gets really, really frustrating when you can't swap your weapon. So they're going to need to do something about that, unfortunately, before I'm going to rage quit on it. It'll just get annoying, I think, if I keep going like that all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a game where we can play without too many bugs that limit the gameplay. We're going to go straight and deep. Let's switch over to the right screen. No updates for this, unfortunately. Oh, the other animals, they're for food. So you can... They're not hard to kill. The fork spear is not as good as the bone spear. Like everything else, there's higher damage. Generally, you get them in traps. It's easier because you need, I think, two spears to actually do any damage to them to stop them from running away. You chuck a spear into it and it just takes off with your spear and you're like, oh, okay, well that's great. Now I've got no spear and it's taken off with it. Thank you, Rabdog. Welcome. Now I might need to do the right thing here and change my here we are. Change my listing in my dashboard to say I'm in Stranded Deep. Nothing worse than going to a place where you think you're playing Green Hell and it's not the same game. We're going to change that. Deep. There we go, update information. Do the right thing by Twitch. Mind you, there's a few problems with Twitch at the moment. I think the follow bug this afternoon was a real pain. I noticed it's been fixed because not follow, sorry, the subscription bug is subscribe, and nothing will come up for any of the streamers, which is a bit annoying for them. But I think that's been fixed because Mayhem, I've seen yours pop up and I've done nothing to it, so there's definitely an issue with that. Alright, where were we at with this game? We are at possibly getting some of the food I've got. Upstairs in my wonderful little room. My upstairs bungalow. And we'll eat that. Smoked large meat. Oop, did I just drop that? I did, didn't I? Okay, there it is. That should fill us up. F. Yep. Fill us up with that. A little bit of water. Going for spuds. We got any spuds? No. Nothing out in there. Nothing out in there. No PP. There's one on that one. All of that. And some fruit. Nice. We're going to go drop that down there by the water thing. Done some upgrading? What did I do? Yeah, it does, yeah. What have I upgraded since... Oh, when did you see me last? Must have been only a couple of days in. Because you're thinking of the The wonderful house that I've built here. Not a lot. Still haven't got a roof on it. Still got two... Did I say 2 walls? I think there's only 1 wall missing. 2 walls. Got 2 walls to fill up. I'm going to put one... Actually, I'm going to put both windows there like I did that side. I upset my stack here before because I was trying to show one of the newer players how to use the stacking ability. I also realised afterwards it's probably not a good idea to have them so tight, because when you go to put it back in there, you can't fit them between the crates properly. There's sort of like a semi-bug to it. It's not a big bug, but it just makes it hard to get it neat. Oh. Like that. There we go. Good. Ah! Pick it up. Yeah, it's like you get it nice and neat, exactly where you want it, and you just go picking it up. Straight off the cap. Okay. I want to put that in there. Please. I can't, that's full. Okay. Put the next one down. I seriously need a stack of a food side, and the other side I've got to go around to actually setting that up properly. It's probably the box I'm holding. It is. Oh, I've got it in my hand. Alright. You haven't seen this game yet, mate. This is about 4 years in. It's called Stranded Deep. And it's amazing. Well, I think it is for a small company of a few blokes that have developed this. Hats off to them. I wish I could develop a game like this with a few of my mates. A small team. It has taken a long time to get there. There has been some pretty dramatic changes to it. The last one was in December or November, I think. Last year, so it wasn't that long ago. Oh. And so it has a little bit of a hidden puzzle to it. I like this idea of the physics engine way of moving things around. I think it's a brilliant addition to the game. Gives that a little bit extra puzzle to it if you want to try and stack some things and impress a few people. That's pretty cool. What don't I need? Killed a shark the other day too, Mayhem. Yeah, that's all good, man. We all have kids. How old are your kids? Mine's youngest just turned 16. The rest are all in their 20s. Yes, I'm that old. Can you see the grey hair? It's all grey. Man in the beard too. A bit of grey hair in there. Especially on the edge. It's always just seemed to be down the bottom here. It's like I'm growing my grey out. It's interesting, isn't it? Every time I get my hair done, every time I get a haircut, it gets greyer. Unavoidable, unfortunately. There's more grey underneath than there is on top. But I guess to a certain degree I'm glad I have got a head of hair. Because a lot of my relatives don't. Okay, so watch again. Looking good, just need a bit of a drink. Let's do that. Which means I didn't... Actually, I had that fruit. Where's that fruit gone? Did I take that fruit off? Thought I picked some fruit up off that tree. Must have been before I was enough room for it. There we go. One fruit. That'll do. That'll give me plenty of juice. Oh, why did you drop it? Pick it up, you silly fool. It's what happens to go between two different survival games. One's drop it, the other one's eat it. Ah, it's giving us one bar. Let's go have something else to drink. What we'll also do there is we're going to need to put a little bit in our drinking container as well, which would be a good idea. Oh, that's full. Nice. Okay. Cool. I'm not going to complain about that. Let's go find our stack of empty crates. Which is that one. What can we chuck in there that we don't need straight away? We don't need the spear or the water bottle. Water bottle. That gives us 4 spare, so we can pick those up. And possibly another if we can find another empty box. It's not empty. One more here. Oh. Worst part about that is I don't know which one it was that I just picked up. It was that one, thank God. And I will take the compass, so I will take that one that's got a compass in it. Always a good idea to take a compass if you can. Not that I'm real good with it. So, this map is northwest top, not north top, which is a bit strange. Found that out through the long haul yet, mate. Oh yeah, beautiful age though. 6 months. 6 months is awesome. I remember when mine was 6 months. All 4 of them, one at a time. They're on the verge of walking and or crawling fast. And gee, this actual music's pretty loud. I dropped away a bit of a bug. Actually, you know what? Let's check that fuel too before we go anywhere. Hey, drop that fuel. Drop that anchor down. Let's go check the fuel cans out because I think I've got a full fuel tank here. I'll fill that outboard up. All right, which one of you guys is full? No, I'm not going to let me pick it up. I have to drop one of these first, do I? I can pick it up and check it. 79, that sounds good. I should fill it up, I reckon. Come back to that box in a minute. Yeah, so Rabdog, I made affiliation yesterday. As you can see, those wonderful looking, back to front on my screen. Wonderful looking extra bits up there at the top of the stream. So I've got myself an emote. Made one up real quick out of a picture for my subscribers. Where am I going? Too far. Pick that up. Let's get out of here. Can I show you the emote? Let's show you the emote. Very creative as far as the emote goes. Until I get my tablet, I want to get a graphics tablet so I can mess around a little bit. Where is it? Mayhem's got it. There we go. Chat. So that comes up. There you go. That's me punching me in the head. No, you don't have to. You don't get any emotes if you don't make them. And it's pretty opaque. I know it's pretty shit for the very first one, but I'll make a cartoon one soon and get a cartographer to mess around with that. I'm no artist, unfortunately. I'm a good bullshit artist, but not a very good painting artist. Alright, so do you want to kill that? Where is the compass? Let me put the compass in my hands. I reckon it's the last box I got? No. Second to last box I got. There it is. Put that in my hand. And we'll keep this box in the middle, eh? Alright, where are we? Where are we, Captain? We want to go northwest. And the dark isn't helping. Northwest. We want to go behind the island. That way, sire. Now what I've been doing also is putting down some places to stay, like a couple of little tents on each one so that I can save and go out to the cartographer to find out where it is. Old out of bullshit, absolutely, buddy. I've been in retail for about 30 years. Since I was 17. So that's 31 years. And I can sell ice to the Eskimos. No, I can't. I'm not that good. I run my own electronics store. Got my own electronic repair whizzes and myself. Been doing it for a while. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm trying to get past this little barge here. So edging past it. I have got the motor on full turn. It's not real good against the tide. Train needs to go. Ah! Didn't do it. That's right, we'll back out of it. We do a 360. No scope. Backwards. Forwards. So I'm pretty sure I marked this particular island, but we'll go to it anyway and see which way we're travelling. Oh, not this one, this is my home. The next one. Come on. I'm wasting fuel here. Oh, for goodness sake. Just does not have the turning circle, this poor old girl. I think it's just too big, this raft. Alright, there we go. There we go, we're off. Right, so we'll go to that island there. Hope for good weather. Hope for the albatross to bless us. That's not rum that I'm drinking, by the way. That's a 10-year-old single malt whiskey. A little leftover from the celebration of making it to an affiliate. I'm just going to use the petrol for now. I'm not worried if I run out, I can always drop the sail. Got to have it the old industry, absolutely. I find most of my clientele are pretty happy with the guidance I give them on an honest level. There's too much shit out there, to be honest with you. It's killing the retail industry. To the point I get a lot of people saying to me, why would you do that? You didn't make a sale. I'm like, well, you know, I'd rather make an honest sale than 5 dishonest sales. But I'm more in the repair industry anyway, so it's all a matter of saving people their information and stuff on their mobile phones. Do mobile phone repairs. Probably did about 5 or 6 today. You should be a bit busy today. Booked in a few more too for next week. About half a dozen iPhones. Nothing too difficult, which is nice. What did I run to there? But that was a solid. That's a rock. I thought it would be top of a ship. That would have been nice. I'm going to try and get closer to this island than where I am. Try not to hit that rock. Yeah, mayhem. I could probably just go ahead and do maybe the bus simulator, go around and pick up some passengers. I haven't tried that in VR though. I'm sure it's doable, it's just a matter of setting it up. Whether you could be bothered bus driving around the place picking people up. So, on this island there is a... I'm pretty sure, or maybe I didn't. Let's have a little bit of look around with the old torchy boo. Thought I made one here. Or did I go here and find out that that's which direction I need to go in? Yeah, I might have done that. I don't think I actually made anything here. Which is not a biggie. It's just one tree that makes a little hut. So we could have 2 on there. I wouldn't really care too much. But what I will do is I will make it in the right direction. So you want to make it in the direction of your home. Sort of makes it easier to sort of direct yourself then. I need to drop one of these, don't I? All the kids good, Rab? They're all doing well? All healthy, which is hopeful. That's all you need to worry about, man. Making sure they're all healthy. They're making noise, that's a good thing. You get so many of them and you've been through so much like I have and the missus. All you wish for is health after a while. Nothing worse than getting really, really sick. Agreed, too many people running it for the rest of us, yeah. Specialist Sparky, a contractor here. Good, excellent. And it's a race to the bottom with all of the nuff-nuffs. Yeah, I call them, what do they call them? Screwdrivers in their holsters. BS artists, yeah, there's a lot of BS artists out there too. And I get them in my shop because we're electronic engineering. So for some reason I like to sort of cross that over for some reason. Oh, my mate's a Telstra tech. He knows everything, and they don't know that much, unfortunately. They are educated, don't get me wrong, but they don't have experience, so they lack the experience in a lot of electronic reflow machines. So different when it's your own business. All about the BS working. Yeah, the big boys can't shut them up, mate. So yeah, yes, that is 100% true. I agree on that. It's incredibly difficult to shut some of them up. You just have to sort of nod your head, agree, and then walk on before you make things a little bit more tense. Speaking of tense, where's my tent? Oh, do need to make one of those up. Okay, well, we'll drop that. We'll keep this. And we'll drop those. We'll make enough room for it. And we'll go up and get one of those. Should be a yucca tree here somewhere. There it is. Every island seems to have a yucca, which has enough of these things to make a rope. And then some. Alright. Well, we need those sticks back, I think. We'll drop the others down here. Got enough room on my own island to have the 2 yuccas pretty much keep my water stuff occupied. But if you find you're on an island that you don't have more than 1 yucca plant, it gets reasonably tedious on being able to keep your water supply up. So that island there, I think. That's that island there. So let's do it in this direction. So here's a little trick that I picked up the other day. Let's go empty-handed. I'm gonna go there, save, and then we're gonna leave the game. Well, not leave the game, but cancel. We're gonna go back to cartography, so it's quick. can't do it for themselves, so they have to go to Telstra. Yeah. So go to cartographer. So we're on the very furthest island over here. See, my home island's this one here. I remembered that. So we went too far to the north. We need to go more west. So there's your north there. See, it's sort of like it's northeast. Yeah, northeast. I'll get it right. So the map's actually in northeast. These are the islands. They're in perfect unison with each other. These are bosses. And the red means it's where you saved at last. Now I have been to this island here, so I might want to go west twice from this island. Let's see how we go. So we continue, and we'll head west. Which paints a totally different picture of the game, because before I had so much trouble trying to find my home. I went so far out. Well, it felt like it. I probably went around in circles. But I got to an island and I went, oh, where's mine? And it took me almost an hour to find out where my bloody home island was. I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, I'm totally lost. I've got no idea where I am. But now I know if I go to an island and I make a treehouse thing like that, a mesh hut or a shelter, that's what they call it. I can tell which island I'm on and go through the cartographer, which is cool. We don't need to carry sticks with us. We've got more of those crates too. What am I carrying that's extra? No, maybe not. Did I carry more than that on there? I don't think I did. Just the 3. Thought I might have had to drop a crate before. Maybe over here. No? Going crazy. Alright. Let's get back to our fantastic steed here. HMAS methanol or ethanol. HMAS ethanol. That up. The other thing also now, because I've saved the game there, whatever happens to me between here and the next island, I go back to the island again and start all over without having to lose anything, which is good. So it's sort of like a hidden incentive to make sure you actually do save it quite commonly. I think I'm going to hit that rock again, aren't I? No, I'm not. I missed it. The wave saved me. Come on, turn. Yeah, that's the way. Right. Let's just quickly break out the... this jobby. What did I say? I needed to go more west, wasn't it? I'm going to head west. So we're pretty much going in the right direction. It's a pity that... I think that's the west island over there, I reckon. Let's go that way. It's a pity you can't hold the compass and drive at the same time. Because, I mean, that's not realistic. You can't run a boat and look at the thing in your hand at the same time. What's right about me is these games, such as the large maps. It's a bit like Ark Survival. If you don't have a mount, it takes ages to go from one end to the other. But because I've got a potato-driven outboard motor, I'm actually a lot quicker in the water now. The sail's not bad either. You get a good wind up and you sort of fly across the map pretty quick. It's probably about half the speed of the sail. But of course when you first start off you don't get any of this. You've got to use that paddle boat. And that gets monotonous after a while. But again, like every others, you've got an incentive to build, make it better, improve. So that you can get that speed up and you can get that distance. Carry an extra payload like I did with those crates. You seen I made the outdoor shed out of container walls, which is the only. Oh, yeah, here we go. We got ourselves a. Oh, what the hell's that? What's that in the water there? One of my mates playing this the other day said he's seen a bloody swordfish. I said, "There's no swordfish in this." Or a dolphin or something. There you go. There's our save tent. Let's go over and have a look. What's happened to my compass? Can't I use it? That's better. For some reason it went down. I think we go in the right direction. Let's go have a look. Save it here. Cancel any more saves. Let's go have a look at the cartographer. It's a pity you can't just go straight to the cartographer from here. You know, I guess that's one thing they did work on with their updates. But I'm not going to whinge about that because there's other bugs they can be fixing up outside of that. There you go, so we've gone from that island to here now. So we're going to go west again, go up to here. I don't think I've seen any of these islands, so... let alone these ones over here, but... I'm going to go up here, I'm going to find out what boss this is. I've got a feeling that might be the shark boss. I haven't quite got enough arrows for that yet. But I can make them if I go over to one of these islands that's full of trees, so... we'll go west again. And then possibly... another direction to try and get across the top as well. Let's see how we go, eh? Let's burn up a bit of juice. I've got a little bit of juice to spare. I think I've got a fair bit of water back at home, so I shouldn't be too far off of being able to make some more petrol when I get back as well. Which is what you want. You don't want to run out of petrol halfway through the game. Alright, there we are. Let's go back to this. We're going to head due west again. And the reason why I'm not going to worry about looking through this island is because I've got the tent there to represent the fact I've already been here before. So nothing really new is going to pop up outside of what repops. So behind this island I need to go. And I also need to take the anchor up first. There we go. The amount of times I've done that. I'll clip that, aren't I? No, I'm not. Good. Let's just say the tide's with us today, but it's not. As soon as I turn left, it's not going anywhere. Alright, so we're going to go right back. And now forward. Keep a good eye on your cargo too, boys, if you're doing this sort of thing, because you can lose your cargo so easily with the outboard. The outboard's sort of a bit faster than the tide. It's not so bad with the box, but if you put anything on top of the deck of the actual boat, it tends to move around. I reckon that's our last island there on the edge of the map. Outside of that will be a big fishing net, which represents the extra area. Sorry, the end of the area. Get across here. Got a couple of, oh, got a container there. And a big sunken ship. This is one I haven't been to, I'm guessing. We'll have a look in a minute once I make myself a little house. Going straight to the container on this side, that's interesting. The chop there. Two nice looking boats in the water. Either that or a really big one boat. I don't think it's that big. I think it's going to be two boats. Go right up to the shore on this one. Look at that. The actual crate is on. That's a small one too. On the actual island. That's pretty rare and handy. Where's your door? There you are. I bet there's nothing in there though. A rock. Aren't we lucky? So you can take to that with your axe and whatnot to actually knock that down and put it on your raft. But I'd suggest you can only put one or two doors on a raft. Anything more than that, I found that I'm pretty good at sinking it with. All three are stacked. Nice. Let's go to an axe. Hit the whacker. A yakka. Yakka whacker. And 4. Make ourselves a rope. Knock it down a tree. What's this called? The yakka tree. And we're going to make that one close to facing in that direction. What was that noise? Oh my god, my first tip. Mayhem, you are so generous. Here's my first, have to change that. It's my first subscriber and my first tipper. And I'll keep an eye on that chat, don't worry, you don't need to use it to get my attention. I'm not talking about any specific streamers here. Save. I think you know what I mean. I'll keep educating, I'll keep talking to him. I made a phone call to him the other day about a few things, so hopefully he'll start doing some stuff with VR soon. Where are we? I'll talk to him about us doing something with the forest. I reckon that'll be fun. All of us in VR. Including Jimbo, he's got one as well. Save. Sorry, quit. Save. Someone that gets in the zone and doesn't look at his chat for like ages. And nearly everyone I go to, I'm not sure if you find it, but I always find it everywhere I go, they're always sort of like one eye over all the time, and they're right on their chat all the time. And I keep saying to them, man, you got to stop just staying on the screen. You got to get used to flicking over real quick. Flick over. You'll miss something. There we go. We did find the top one. So we got an island either side. That means that I don't think I've seen anything on the... Would that be north? No, it wouldn't. It would be northeast. A northeast island. And we would have which is really confusing. From there would be almost southeast that way, I suppose. Yeah. So we'll go check out those wreckages because I haven't been here before. I'm sure there's not that much to take that I don't already have, but you know, maybe make myself a helipad. Oh, pardon me. Let's go have a look around first, see if there's any piggies or whatnot. There's a club. Actually, I should probably get my spear. Where is my stack? There it is. Don't like crabs. You always walk on them when you least expect it. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh no, not actually drop it. Put it in inventory, drop it later. Another one. Hey, come here. Come here. They've got to be able to make it so you can... No, forget it. You can make white sauce in this game. That's what you need to do. Bit of tartare sauce with my seafood. That island's pretty close, isn't it? If you think about it. A lot of corrugate on this one. So these are two islands, that one there and that one there. This is the edge of the map islands, I guess. That must be the one that is the last at the top right, and that must be close to the middle of the map, I'd say. Let's see how much fun we're going to have out in the water. I've got my shark killing gun on me. We'll see how we go. There's a box up there. I don't know what they expect you to work out by climbing. I'm not sure if it's just look at it and go up, and it doesn't seem to work. It's a combination of both walking at it and jumping at the same time. I don't know what it is. I've tried a few different variations. Nothing seems to work up that stair. I think we've got to go to that thing. Like that. Yeah, that's what I think's happening. A gasoline can. And some rations. Rations are good. Get rid of that crab. Grab that ration. How are we looking? We'll eat that ration. Ah. I'll get it in a minute. There we go. We'll eat that. Let's fill this up. Gasoline can. I've got both those things. Well, I'd like to get some more floaties. Of course, this has got a cabin full of stuff too, isn't it? Leather, battery. I was going to say a crap load, but no, it's my inventory. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the actual sewer, empty out into our discovery, or our into our what's the word? Our gathering ability costume. In other words, just empty everything off, so I can pick up lots of stuff. Gas can, don't need a compass, get rid of that I suppose. Don't really need the knife. No, I won't need a knife, we'll leave that as it is. We'll drop those sticks. Oh no, don't want to drop my axe. Thank you. Alright, let's go again. Got a bit of room. Nothing under the wreck, I don't think. Come on, get out of the water, thank you. We'll get that leather strap because that's always handy. I'm going to make myself another. Okay, could go on the other way. Do I? Because the door's open. Well, pardon me. Got a whole heap of batteries. Don't think I want a battery or a spear. What's in that wreckage? Another gasoline can. Tamir, if you were only here, Mr. Tamir, you'll be like, oh my god. He played the game for almost about as long as what I've been playing it for, and he's never found a gas can. So what he did is he's actually sat there and he left the game, came back, left the game, came back. He reckons he did that 4 or 5 times, and all of a sudden the gas cans turned up. And I can't seem to get anything else but gas cans, so he's a little jealous of that. And I also got one off of a ship that was on the island, which was the biggest clout over the year, I think, for him. In fact, I was actually able to get that a gas can from not even attempting to be near a shark at the time, which is where we're going to go now. Should probably put my spear on. I mean my spear gun up. Now, this is a dangerous one because there's nowhere to hide. Oh, actually, no, I can hide in there. Another gas can. It's a miracle. Now the sharks don't like the shallow, so I can probably get away from just standing on this. If we're in here long enough, we'll probably find one turn up in a minute. We'll get rid of those. I'm going to make that those tyres work for me, I reckon. Improve on the buoyancy of the front of the craft. Let's take one of those home with us. When I say home, not all the way home. I'm just going to bring it to the island and actually put it on the front of my boat. Not that hard to make. Just a matter of getting the tyre. Running back to the raft. That side of those two, that's what I want to do. One more. Thankfully it only takes 2 of them as opposed to barrels, which take 3. It's a whole lot worse when you got bad weather because they just disappear. So you can kiss your tyres goodbye. Turns out to be a bad year as opposed to a good year. Alright, bring another tyre back. What I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind getting out of some of these loot crates or caches is some more cloth. Now, I know I can make cloth, but that sort of circumvents the fact that I use that for water. It's the same fibrous material. Makes water. Oh my goodness me. Alright. Now we need some more need another whacker tree. Surely there's one here. Got fruit on it? It has. I'll be eating that, thank you very much. Or just dropping it on the ground because I pressed the wrong button. Beautiful. That looks like someone's bum on the ground there. It's supposed to be a rock, I think. And where's the whacker trees? Yakka trees. Over there. yak it up. Let's go. Let's make ourselves a string it along. I think I only need one. I might be wrong. Let's have a look. Building vehicles. Just the one. Oh, we'll need a hammer though. Now that is one thing I didn't pack. Let's make a crude one. Alright, there we are. Let's make a crude hammer. Just 2 rocks. And I'm going to need some more. What am I saying? Rope.
I'm fart in your general direction.
Ah, well. That's the way it goes. Hopefully there's another yakka tree here somewhere. Aha! Yakka tree is here. Yep, no more to pick up. Another one of those would be good. And what else do I need? I need 2 rocks. One and 2. Don't know what that's for. It's just got dropped off something I don't even know it's for. Crude hammer. Oh, I need a stick. Need a stick. Do I have any room for it? I do have room for it. 1 stick, please. Okay, let's go making ourselves an extra part of it. I bet I can't do it because I'm beached. I'm fully beached, bro. So I might not be able to do it yet. Yeah, I'll have to push it out first. Let's go out into the water a bit. Drop the anchor. Let's see how we go doing it there. Beautiful. Raft is now complete. Buoyancy wise. I can put the other ones there, but I'm going to have to start making a floor because there's only 2 places you can get up on it. You can't get up on the raft out of the water on any floaty side, you see. So you can't. You can get up on this side because there's a plank there to get up on, which is there and over here. But you can't get up onto the floaty parts. So I'm going to need to put some floors in. Alright, we've got what we need. I'm going to go to the island next to it, because next to that is where the boss is. On over there, I think. Goes Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy music. Roof there. Oh, get over the roof. Tyre shouldn't make any difference, it does. So you can't run into tyres. There's a storm coming. Look out of the water. No, not sorry, I didn't see that there. No, it's not the same developer as Green Hill. I was reading Subject Mayhem. He's in colour. It's like a black and white. Sorry, man. Yeah, no, it's not the same developers. Different people. Same amount of developers, I think. I don't think there's that many people doing Green Hill. I might be wrong. Although it is 4K, so that would think that it would represent quite a bit of a team, as opposed to just a couple of people, at a guess. But no, different makers, different game, and that's a snake. Where's my spear? Can let me have it? Yeah. I thought I threw a bloody crate out there for a minute. Oh, he's got a brother. Snakes are so annoying. I do not like them. You may have noticed. I will kill them and I will not take their bodies. So I don't like them so much. Alright, let's make ourselves a little hut. It does in some aspects. The only downside, of course, is that this is not 4K. Unlike Green Hill, it's very graphically, aesthetically fantastic. Although there's nothing wrong with this game either, it's quite good too. It's not like it's hardcore cartoony like some of them. Such as Raft, that's another one that's really cartoony. I killed my axe, damn it. I think I'll pick up that leather strap. Make myself a crude one in a minute. Actually, don't need 4. Just need, sorry, 5, I just need 4. And I also need some string. Where's the whacker jackets? There it is. Move my fingers around and I pick up the weapon change button instead of the pick up button. Not always good. Alright, so let's make that one face in, where's the raft there? Should be the ones over there we're stuck in this back, so let's use this one. This direction for an offense, for instance. And we'll go off and see where we are cartography wise. Yeah, obviously because of the C render and the C difference, obviously brings in a little bit more extra things as well. Finished with that. I was doing what I was doing. Can chat more now. Ah, cool. Yep, there we are. One more island and we hit the deadly man, the deadly boss creature. So that is going to be, I'm going to say north. So never eat soggy wheat bix. Northwest. So it's going to be more west than north, I think. We will check our compass. Haven't been to any of these wrecks. Let's go have a look at the wreck. Oh. Not a good place to drop your thingy. We'll however drop these though. No, don't drop that. Drop what I'm hanging on to. There we go. I guess that was a crude axe after having a look what's in here. A bit of like a shark. These ships seem to be based on the same model every time, which is interesting. Stuck on that. A gun. Got so many flare guns. Ah, cloth. We'll be taking that. Don't think I need the hammer. Some wet books. That must be the special books. The pages be stuck together. The front of the extra ship. No, I can't open that door. Anything else is going to be below deck, I'd say. Doesn't look like there's any way in there though. A couple of little sharkies. Well, that was a non-event. Not much in that one. Have a look what's in this escape boat. Some of those have crates in them. This time we're a bit unlucky. I got that here somewhere, I think. A bit more like that. Nothing on that one. Ah, you got the forest. Good on you, man. You'll love that game. It's great. She's a great game. Oops, shit. Dropped a torch. Let's put some stuff away. Don't really need the hammer, but we'll put it away anyway. Nothing else really to get from this island. So we're going to go across again. Which I should probably head home and get some potatoes organised, because I'm probably going to run out of juice after a while, especially if I'm going to try and run that with the anchor down. Well, which way's home now? I'm now stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I'm not. Thought I was. There's a shark nearby. The music's changed to Jaws. Yeah, sharky, sharky, sharky. Right, you bastard. There he is. Ah, that's too small. Surely not. Nah, it's a small one. You're not training, stop complaining. Where is he? Top of the suspense music. I can't see him anywhere. I got a bail, buddy. Oh, hopefully I'll see you again fairly soon. I hope there's not a big gap in time for when you get on next time. Good to see you back, by the way, buddy. Been a while. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for your continued support as well, man. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have got affiliated. Along with all the other guys that followed. It's really good of you. Thanks immensely for that. It's taken me a good part of 6 months to try and get that organised. Yeah, maybe it's this island here. Let's go to this island. Oh, scotch, nice. What are you waiting for? Okay. Put my thing away. Stopped. Right, that direction there, what's that going to give us? Southwest. Intriguing. Grabbing a coffee. You'll be alright, mate. I can't have a coffee this late. A bit of a stretch. Yep, that's the last island. So next one is the boss. I think I'm going to need a whole lot more arrows to get the boss. I'll go with 50. That means a lot of sticks and a lot of ropes. That's all it means. Which I should probably make a crude axe first. Excuse me. 2 stones and a lanyard. Headshot. Got to sleep in the first place. Got to sleep in the first place, yeah. Keep you awake from the coffee. I got tennis with my daughter tomorrow, so probably shouldn't make it too late tonight. She gets up at like 8 in the morning on a Saturday. Yay! It's all about the kids. Oh, was it really? Yeah, my sport as a kid was basketball and soccer. Oh, and cricket too. I played a fair bit of cricket. I think it was cricket first. Soccer first, cricket second, and basketball was my last one I played. Right up until I was about 45, I think. I was playing basketball. Then I realised I don't repair as quickly when you get older. Specifically when you run the shop yourself and no one else is there to look after it if you injure yourself, which is what I've done many times. Nothing drastically, just makes it very difficult to really operate properly. with a couple of bruised ribs or whatever else for charge fines or fouls or whatever else. Keep them stepping on your foot when you go up to get a rebound, whatever. Yeah, it's the usual set. We're going to make this axe. Take up forever to do it with a pick. I'm just missing a stone. I may need ball pit now. We'll do that first. We'll make that axe up first. One more stone. Yeah, that's one. Torch for now. Crude axe. Oh, do you make enough of those? There we go. Torch back up. There we go. We've got ourselves an axe now. 50% tool on the other one. That's alright. 100% this one. A pie, always good. I played a bit of basketball and tennis in the summer. I need footy, and I played footy in the winter. Yeah, I've heard that before. That was the problem I had when the footy players that played in the winter, A grade, they'd come across and play basketball. They'd play basketball at footy rules, which is basketball supposed to be a lot less contact. Plenty of injuries, yeah. Yeah, well, I was always the 6'4" bloody centre that no one wanted to go near, which was nice. Then you come across some that do, that play an interesting, dirty game, run into you on purpose. They brought this new law out where you can't be charged directly under the bucket, which I didn't know about. One guy came from one end of the court all the way up to the other and charged me straight into the ribs. I thought I broke a rib, to be honest with you. He hit me so damn hard, but he didn't. I think he just really badly bruised it. And I thought to myself, well, definitely make a bit of a choice here, because I can't keep injuring myself like this. I've got a business to run by myself. I'll start using my crates, I think. Let's get back to that in a minute. Some potatoes over there. Can't miss out on my potatoes. Yeah, you do. It's the best part about being in the country as opposed to living in the city. Having those choices. Let's go get spuds, make some more spears. Yeah, very lucky. I got a major injury. I I had one of these big centres fall on my foot back the other way. So if you can imagine dragging the toes forward and then the ankle being up, I had a big centre land on that. I had a black sock for a couple of weeks. Well, actually a couple of months, I think. That didn't tickle. So a little while after that, I got married. So that was over 26 years ago. Thinking about it now, that's a fair while back. I think that's it for rope in here. So it respawns. Seems like cleaning a whole island out. '23. Yes, quite lucky nothing really was major happening with that. For me either. Don't think I'm going to hold out too long, mate. I'll do what I can. Yeah, they would be. Especially if they go into your lung. But I was pretty solid in those days. He used to run into me like a brick wall, which was fun. A lot of the guys are smaller. Little 5 foot forwards. It's good to be able to stand your ground when it comes to that sort of thing. But I found, you find the ones that purposely go from one end of the bloody court to the other, specifically to run into you. I never found it much fun. It's not really the game. It's just how much more harm you can carry somebody on. So I gave it up. Gave it a miss after that. It was a great fitness outlet, mind you. But a little disappointing as far as anything else goes. being a non-contact sport. Yeah, I've had some incredibly painful incurrences when it comes to rib damage. It's what encouraged me more not to worry about basketball for a while. A lot of the ones we've got are sitting ones, like a Subnautica. It's mainly made for sitting, and I think it's because different angles you can go on. Oh, excuse me. Different angles you have when you're swimming makes it very hard to sort of work out whether you're going sideways or not. The forest, well, as I said to you before, that works really well as a sitting VR game. Let's see which island this is, eh? Yeah, it would be. Yeah, you're actually able to take weapons off each other too on that one. Who was asking about, I think it's either Jimbo or... Can't think who else has got it. Might have been Ben, as in Action, might have said he had it. And they said, I think it's Jimbo, saying that it's a pretty full-on game. He liked it. I haven't got super hot. I'm not really into the shooters. Now I'm below where I need to be, as you can see on the cartography. So where I need to go is going to be west of that island. But I'm going to head down towards home because I reckon my plants will be out of water by now. So if we look at that, never eat. So I'm going to need to go east. East in a big way. We'll do that. While that's loading, I will go get myself another drink. I'll be back in a minute. Alright. Which way did I say I have to go? East. Did I leave my boxes behind? I left my boxes behind, didn't I? Did I leave that in the last map? Oh no, there you are. Phew, I thought I left that in the last island. Right, let's hit the road. Sure, there's plenty of wreckages around here. I'll come back to it sometime. Let's go see this garden. Get up on there, thank you very much. Might have just enough juice to get home too. I might have to sail most of the way. Don't go towards the island, thank you very much, Mr. Tide. Got an empty crate there, didn't realise it. So east is that way. Okay. Yep, east in a big way. Whoa! That always puts you off when you hit things in the water like that. That way. Just make sure we're going the right way. This is that way. Other side of that island. Then I'm going to make the juice. We're going to need to sail some of the way. go as far as the juice will take us. You got much on tomorrow morning, mate? Go have a bit of a sleep in. Not much plan for the weekend. Birthday celebration, what, yours? Sharky Shark. Nice. Yeah, we'll be streaming this weekend. I don't know if I'll be streaming this all weekend. I'm gonna see what I can do offline, of course, with the truck simulator, just for a bit of a laugh. And then I keep saying I'm going to go to the forest soon enough, just to see what all this new update for lava's all about. See how good that is. So I will have obviously things to do. Like as I said, I got tennis tomorrow morning with the youngest, so I won't be back until at least 12 o'clock for that. I might do an afternoon one after lunch, like 1 o'clock through to 5 or something like that. Good weather pending, we might have a barbie in the afternoon for dinner. Give the missus the weekend off, it'd be good for cooking, if at all possible. Alright, so look where we're at. I think that might be my island there, it should be. Either going to be that one or the next one right behind it. That's cool. So we'll go around it just in case. We're not completely out of juice, but give myself conservation a very small amount. Just in case I need to get out of a sticky situation I get stuck on. You don't get a big viewer watch around this time of the night, only some Australians. But I get a lot more during the afternoon streaming. It was last week or so, I think it was, I got like 15 people watching. 15 people on the stream, which was nice. That got me to affiliation pretty damn quick. I think I was just streaming this game too, so nothing really special. Just sit back and relax, sort of a stream. Did you get anything sorted out with that car? I think last time we spoke you were going to court over something to do with I think it was to do with a Mustang or something like that. Never heard any more from that. Did that work out okay, or what happened there? Good on you. Excellent, man. Love to see a car when it's finished. Oh, geez, I love to see a car now, to be honest with you. Build the bike back on the road. That sort of stuff, so not too hard to get down your way. It'd be good to catch up in person. My island. I'm going to go a bit closer to it. I think I might be. We'll go to it anyway, just check out where it is. There'll be some kind of tent on there that I can check which island it is. Oh, we've got the glow happening. I reckon that must be mine. Yeah. Yes, there's a few blokes out there that don't know what the hell they're doing, or if they do, they don't do a good job of it sometimes. You're not alone, my man. I've come across that a few times. A couple of mates. Half the time they're ignorant enough to let it go, which sort of sucks a bit. Makes you feel a bit furious. Just makes the rest of the guys in the trade that actually do the good job look like a shit worker, if you know what I mean. Puts them in a bad light. Same goes with what I do, with phone screen replacements. You get some of these idiots with a friggin' soldering iron in their holster. Don't know what they're doing with it. And they screw things up and make the rest of us look bad. They don't make a decent effort into it. Yeah, I think it's crap. Honestly. I head toward this light here. I'm probably going to go in the wrong direction. As you haven't said, that's not hard to find out. Let's just whack the sail down. Go between this and that. Have a look. I need to go east, don't I? Where am I going? I'm going off in another direction altogether. Okay, I know I've got something on that island. Actually, no, I'll just swim across there, I reckon. Be too many sharks between there and there. I've pretty much absolutely drained that what do you call it? So it can't be too far from home. That crate over there. Yeah, right. Yeah, it does. Ignorance is really, really a pain in the ass, honestly. Sometimes you just think, fuck, man, don't be ignorant to what you paid for. Oh, he did a good job, you know, he did alright, you know, a few scratches here or there and whatever else, and, you know, he used a second-hand part here and whatever else, and you're thinking, oh man, really? Are you listening to yourself? I'm going to save it there, actually, I'm going to have a look. You know? Get what you paid for, buddy. Doesn't make any difference to me. Doesn't make any difference to them. They're getting away with it. Just let it go. Ignorance is bliss. Especially the person that's fucking the job up. Oh, I went straight past it. I did too. Look at that. I went too far. So I do have to go up north. So that's possibly my island. I did miss it a bit, but that's a good thing I've used in that cartographer. We need to go north. Nah, I wouldn't either. But a mate that had an absolute mint condition XY, totally stripped down. Took this guy to court twice over because he was supposed to powder coat it. Oh, such a shit job. And this other guy had a little bit more power of persuasion, though, being that he had a few brothers. And he soon worked out that he had to do the right thing. The only trouble is when he did do the right thing, the guy that, because it took so long for him to get justice out of this guy, because you know the real system didn't work very well. The other fella put so much money into other things, he ran out of money to finish up the job, which sort of sucks because we're all sort of looking forward to him finishing up the XY GT. And in the end, he ended up selling it as a shell because he didn't have the time to, because it took so long. He didn't have the time or the effort to do much more with it, which sort of sucks. Why aren't we moving? Did I put that down or up? I'm sure I put that up. I did. Maybe we're bugged with this, are we? We are. Well, that's the first time I've seen that bug. So yeah, I think this guy turned about 14. Was it 12 to 14k to get the full body powder coated, or sandblasted, I think it was, before he got it powder coated for undercoat. Got the overcoat, like the last coat done. It was in white, beautiful, like a pearl shark white. It was beautiful colour. Got all the chrome done for all the grill and everything else. I had the motor pretty much spot on, which was a Windsor as opposed to a Cleveland in the XY, and didn't have it in there. Of course, he had it outside of it while he was getting the coating done. And yeah, it just dragged on for so many years for him, like through in and out of court, this and whatever else, and drove him insane. All this time, the car was sitting in the shed in a perfect finished coat position. He couldn't do any more because he had no money to spend on this other thing, and the guy never really got it organised. And yeah, I think in the end he's seen the light. But yeah, the fellow that had to sell it off because he just ran out of time. Life got in the way. He had a kid in the meantime, and so on. Which sucks a bit. Turned out good in the end. He ended up paying up this other guy. Be quite honest with you, I think he ended up, if he didn't pay up, he probably would have had a few broken legs, I think. They got to be careful with their cross sometimes, I suppose. Bloke had a beautiful shovel too. He doesn't live up here anymore. He lives in Queensland, I think. His brother lives here. Real nice guys, real honest fellas. But yeah, it happens, I suppose, eh? Yeah. Yeah, I think the same goes for this other guy too. A lot of stuff was found later as well. Pretty much what had to be done is, as I said, had to be completely blasted again and re-undercoated because he'd missed so much on the undercoat. That would have made the thing die of cancer a lot earlier because it's stripped down so far. And I mean, obviously it's a major investment too as an XY GT. Or an XR. It was an XR GT actually, it's a round light one. And as you would understand, it's worth quite a lot of money when it's in showroom condition at that age. So he was pretty worried about it, how it all went. Home Sweet Home. Then we've got the music for Home Sweet Home. Well, I don't know whether... Oh, it doesn't really matter. I was going to say going to the rocks. Was my fishing pier I'm parked on there? Nice. Got some spudgery gars. Let's get rid of these. One. The one on that one. Two. Good. 2 plus what I've picked up is 3. Almost a full can. Nice. Yeah, it is a bit of fun. I spent 7 years at Tonsley Mitsubishi myself in the paint rectification area, so I've got a good clue on what I'm doing as far as restorations go on paintwork and stuff like that. So he just needed an opinion on that, on how the work was done, both first and colour rectification inspector level that I was in, and it was actually atrocious what he did to this. It's like he sprayed it outside while there was a friggin' sandstorm. It was ridiculous how much dirt was in it. It's terrible. And then of course he got an opinion by a qualified spray painter after that, and pointed out parts that I picked up on. But yeah, understandably, if you don't know, you don't know. You know, you pick it up later on and you think, oh, shit, I should have approached that a long time ago. That should have been all fixed up, but you just don't know what you're looking for sometimes. It's not really your trade. You rely on these guys to do their trade properly sometimes, and it just doesn't happen, you know. And I think it's quite disgusting how that can happen as well. And you know what? In every trade, you make a mistake, and I've come across honest guys that do that. They go, look, you know, I'm not real happy with how things are done. I'm going to do it all again, and you know, they may even ask you for a couple of $100 more to do that, just to cover their own cost completely. I'm happy to do that. A lot of guys do that sort of thing, you know. At least you're paying for that honesty, as opposed to just turning a blind eye and saying, "Nah, it's good enough. You should be right. Don't know what you're talking about. It's great." Well, I've got plenty of anti-poison there, which is good. As opposed to the rest of the game, I always had no poison at all. Anti-poison, not poison. How many crates of... how many fuel containers I got now? is ridiculous. So I can't wait till Terramure comes on, which will be on tomorrow, probably. Oops, give that a boot. Sorry about that. He's quite a devoted follower. See what he's going to say. The bloke that couldn't find one for the life of him. All right. My brother-in-law worked there. Yeah, a lot of people around South Australia did. There's 4,500 people working there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you know what? In my position, what I do as a job, it's same happens with me. You know, like I had one even today where I had this iPad Air iPad Air 2015, 2017, sorry, where it's got a biometric scanner, which is a button on the front of it. It's got a real fine PCB that runs across the inside of the actual glass. And it's so easy to sever that when you try and get the broken glass off. I tell people that's a possibility that could happen, and all that means is that the button doesn't use your fingerprint anymore to be able to unlock it. You still use it to actuate, but you can't use it for your fingerprint. And today I did it. Like, I just made a mistake, I severed the actual cable, rang the customer up, says, look, severed the cable, it's going to be an extra $9 for the part. To put it on there, it's my fault, I'll take it on the chin. And they say, no, we'll pay the $9. We never used the thumb scanner, so you're all good, no problems. And people respect that honesty. You say to them, look, accidents happen, you're not 100% perfect as a human, and neither is what you're working on that's been broken. I mean, on the other hand, you do get some arseholes that are trying to get everything out of you for no reason at all, even though it's an accident and they know it was. But most of the time, people are pretty good. They'll be happy to pay that little bit extra, knowing that the job's done properly and that we honestly tell them what's going wrong and what could happen before they work on it, or even after it's been done. It's not huge, $9. It's our mistake, and we're obviously can apologise for doing it. Everyone makes mistakes. It just happens, and we've got disclaimers everywhere to say that can happen. But you still don't feel good when you do it to somebody else's equipment. Only trouble is, of course, it's unavoidable in some respects as well, so that makes it even harder to try and understand sometimes. But, that's just how it is. That's just how some of the operations work now. They're not respective of other people's property sometimes. And I find that quite disheartening. Especially ones that like to do it for the rest of us that are actually trying to do an honest job. Yeah, and I've got some stories to tell you about that, because I've been in the industry for quite a long time now. I've been doing phone screens for about, nearly 7 years, at least. And there's a mob up here in Mount Barker, another franchise, the Asian franchises that do phone screens, more speed than quality. I was up at Harbour Town one day with the missus who was looking for something up there, and they've got a kiosk in the middle of that. I'm pretty sure you've been to Harbour Town before. And this guy was it a guy or a girl? I'm not sure. It's either a girl with a lot of tats or a guy that was reasonably meek. I'm not sure, without sounding too sexist, but she was at the bar and she was raising her voice, and I'm walking past thinking, oh yeah, another place that does phone screens. Let's have a look what they've got, what sort of tools they have, as you do when you're in the same trade. And she's going off. She says, this is not good enough, la la la. Wow. She was just escalating. And we'd finished our shopping and walked past. I noticed it more because obviously I was listening to her complain. And we started walking out towards the car park. And as I went past the car park, there's a security guard standing there, sort of finishing up chatting with somebody down the car park mall area. And I just went up to him and said, mate, you might want to go up to the phone screen repairer there. He's got a customer that sounds like they're pretty livid. And he goes, oh, not again, and starts running off, or starts walking off in a medium pace towards it. So, I mean, they have their fair share of problems because they rely fairly heavily on speed and not quality. And we can balance the two, like we tell people it's 20 minutes, half an hour to fix the screen on their phone. They're happy to go off and have a coffee and come back and know that's been done properly. But I see that a lot. And when I'm in Marion, I do the same thing, like Marion Westfield Shopping Centre. I go past a couple of their kiosks and look around, see what they're doing, and what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. Because you've been doing it for so long, you understand what the bad things to do and what the good things are. Screws in the wrong position. There's a base plate underneath the screen that's held in by 4 screws, very tiny watch-size screws. The top right one is not magnetic, so it confuses them quite a bit. They're not really sure what that's about. I know exactly what it's all about. They'll actually swap them around and they'll put the non-magnetic one down the bottom because it's easier to get to without having to use a screwdriver to magnetically put it in the hole. But the problem with that is that the magnetic, the sort of like a stainless steel one that's at the top right corner that's not magnetic, is there for a reason because of the actual gyro in the actual phone, so that you can put in a compass. And of course, if you've got a magnetic screw next to a compass arrangement, we all know what magnetics and compasses do. The gyro goes right out and it won't rotate properly or all that sort of stuff. And so we know what goes on with that, and we explain to people what goes on. And so to a certain degree, some of them will actually leave it out altogether because they don't know what the hell's going on because they can't pick the screw up because it's either made of plastic or metal, and they just get confused. They don't understand the technology. Or they put the wrong screw at the top and at the bottom there, and you'll get people coming and saying, since I've got it done, the proximity sensor in the gyro doesn't work. I can't seem to spin it around. And it's almost 100% of the time you open it up and they've swapped all the screws around. And the scary part about that with the newer model is that 3 of the screws are the same size. They're about, let's say, 2mm depth. The last one at the top right corner is like a 6. No, it wouldn't be 6. I'd say about 5 or 4mm depth, which doesn't sound much. But when you're talking about watch screws, they're tiny. I can't see the heads of them. So you'd have to have pretty fine screwdriver to get to the head of it. If you put that down the bottom, what happens is it goes straight through the PCB and pushes it on the base of the phone, and then lifts the actual PCB up and actually can crack it and do damage to the actual PCB. So you need to put it exactly back how it was, not change them around. There's a girl online in America that shows you so many of them happening over there, where people have just got the screwdriver in their holster, as she calls it. That's Jane, I think her name, or something like that. She's quite a famous repairer over there. And I learned it from her. You sit down and watch these things to get more knowledge behind you on how to do these things. These guys don't give a shit. They'll just go and screw it all in and hope for the best. And you have them come in and they say, since it's been done, the screen's going sporadic, it's phantom touching, because the PCB's been lifted up from the screw going right through and lifting the actual board up because the screw's gone right through it and pulled it up. Just little things like that. They don't understand that, even though they can go fast 9 of the 10 times, or not 9 10 times, 3 out of 10 times, they'll stuff it up because they've put something in the wrong place and they haven't patterned out the screws properly to go exactly back where they were, which I'm absolutely adamant on with all of my techs. If I catch them doing it outside of that, they get a good get good telling to do it properly. So. And it's the same with everything across the board. If you don't prep the body properly, you're not going to get a good spray result. You're not going to get a good result on what you're doing, and unless you've got a professional opinion, or you know what you're doing. If you're a noob in the area, like you're saying, it makes it very hard to sort of stand on your own morals to say, look, that doesn't look right, and for them to go, oh no, that's about right. We've put enough liquid in the indicator lens, it should be fine. The old trick of baffling the customer. The other guys have got it, I think, on the other hand, also are a bit worried about the fact that they can't communicate in the English language properly as a language barrier, which is a bit more annoying too. So I get a lot of people coming from all around the country in the same sense, where they go, look, I'd rather go to someone that I can understand. You can explain to me what's going on. And while I'm sitting in a situation where the explanatory reason for this is understandable, it makes it easy to understand why it went that way and what could be expected and what can happen for what you do. So they'd rather know what's going on and know the risks than not know the risks at all and hold the fact that they're getting a 50-50 chance of something else going wrong, and not being right because they haven't been explained to start with. And I think that's a really important part of the repair industry that's been lost in the system. Particularly that, along with a lot of the repairers, the real good ones, have no PR skills whatsoever. A lot of the technicians I've had on board, they can't talk to other people. You say one thing to them and they make you just feel like an idiot. It's just like retail suicide. So I'm the person between that. I'll say to them, look, you can't talk to the customer that way. You need to tell me what you need to do. You can talk to me any way you want to. Your job's on the line if you want to talk a certain way, but this is what you need to do. And if you can't do it, that's fine. I'll explain to the customer why you can't do it. You need to explain to me why you can't do it, or it can't be done that way. Let's find a way of fixing it, not write it off, or make it so I can understand how to tell the customer what's going on, and it's a huge difference. And we don't do any advertising anywhere outside of Facebook, and they all come in saying, I've heard only good things about you through friends or mates, and that's the best pat on the back you can get, because people talk to each other. They'll go off to a barbecue and tell everyone, oh shit mate, if you're going to get anything done, get this guy to do it. And that's what I get. They say, oh look, this guy uses genuine parts, he tells you exactly what happens with it, and they're really happy with what's going on, even if they're paying an extra $20-30 or even $100 more for genuine product. So it's a big thing. Public relations with your customer and not trying to baffle them with shit makes a big difference to what's going on. And word of mouth is the best advertising. The other good advertising is just to give people a few contra deals. They'll come in and say, I can't turn my phone on, and I'll show them how to reset it. Resets the phone. They want to bottle your blood. They want to give you money. They open their wallet. They're throwing money away, and I say to them, no, I don't want it. It's simple. Next time it happens, do this. But if it keeps doing it, come back to us. We'll find out what the problem is that's actually doing that for you. But it probably won't ever happen again, and this is how you reset it. And they've got no idea. They don't know how to reset it. They just make phone calls. They're, people pushing 55, 60 years of age don't care. They're just making a phone call with it. They don't know why these things just foul up, and they do. And so that works better than advertising too sometimes when you do a few free jobs for them. Just come in and fix it up and have a good day, see you later sort of thing. And that weighs heavy in the advertising world, as opposed to giving it to someone else to put your name somewhere that no one sees. Not that I've got anything against the advertising. Advertising does work, but if you can live off of just word of mouth, then you're doing the right thing, I think, especially in the smaller country towns. We have a few of them come up this way thinking that we're a metropolitan town. They don't last very long at all, because everyone talks to each other up here. You can go down to town and middle of Adelaide and do that and piss off like hundreds of thousands of people, and no one knows anything more, and they'll just get customers because there's so many people that cycle through there. But up in the Adelaide Hills, it's different. We've got like 10,000, 20,000 people. They all talk to each other. So it helps a lot with business. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, it doesn't cost me anything. It's just a bit of time. And I mean, I can make that up on putting together a more expensive phone further down the line anyway, or a repair on a VCR, a PVR, even a TV, whatever. A perfect example I was showing someone today, actually one of them, blew his mind. It was absolutely, and it blew mine too, to be honest with you. You have these instances that happen at work. We had a TV come in. I'll start properly. I had a removalist guy walk in. He's high vis, saying Mount Barker or Adelaide Hills Removals. He said to me, mate, I've got a TV for you from a customer in one of the guys in Adelaide Hills. So, yeah. He said, bring it in, let's go. We don't have a pick-up or drop-off service. Obviously, the customer organised it. And in comes three guys carrying a TV. And I'm not joking, three big guys hanging on to this TV. It was fucking massive. It was a 80-inch, 200 hertz, 4K LG TV. And it's a big one. Anyway, so they dropped it off, and they said the customer's going to come around and see you a little bit later on. I said, yep, no problems. So he turns up about 20 minutes later, and he says to me, he said, you got that TV? It's leaning against, you can't miss it, it's leaning against the bloody till, the front counter. And he goes, yeah, that's this one here. He goes, yeah, that's it. He goes, I said, what's the deal? And he goes, he said, we had some lightning strike around our area, So I called up our insurer to tell them what happened, and they sent out a repairer. I won't say who it is, but he did tell me who it was. Quite renowned in the Adelaide region. Came out to have a look at it. Apparently, he turned up. It was on the wall. He turned up, went to use the remote control, asked the guy what was wrong, and he says, "Ah, it's fucked. You know, we'll get you an insurance report and you get another one." So it turns out he went through the insurance on it all. The TV was in excess of $15,000 worth. Who the hell spends that kind of money on a TV? I don't know. And just to to verify that, I went online to check out how much it was worth because we needed the model number and everything to get the parts in. That was last listed for $12.99 or $12,990, whatever the bloody price was. And it had this list of stuff it does. It's one of those TVs that has the ability to have 200 hertz and split the 200 into 100 hertz algorithms, which means that you can use the 3D glasses on having two consoles, and you only see which is what's happening on your glasses. So the whole screen is one PS4, and the whole screen for another person is a PS4. It goes out of sync or something. So it's worth a lot of money, this thing. So he says to me, so he told me all about it. I said, "Oh yeah, no worries." He said, "Look, I've had other things repaired by you before." He said, "I just want to have a professional opinion. What do you think it is? How much is it going to cost me for you to look at it?" I said, "Mate, it's going to cost you $88 for us to pull it apart and find out what's going on." And he says, "No problems at all." Slapped the money on the table, said, "See you later." You wouldn't believe it. Found out what was wrong. Lightning didn't actually hit the TV, and this is one thing you can tell your mates as well. The biggest issue with lightning storms or static storms of any kind for a TV is the aerial connector, because the actual RFU or the radio frequency receiver in the TV is very sensitive. If it wasn't, you wouldn't get any channels, and the less sensitive they are, the shittier the TV is. So this is a really expensive one, so it's hypersensitive to any kind of obstruction in the air. So there's a lot of static going on, a lot of electricity in the air when you've got a lightning storm going along. So what had happened is it fried the RFU on the main board, did nothing else to anything else. The screen was fine, the power supply was fine, the T-Con, which is the video card, that was fine. And you wouldn't believe it, it was a $150 board. So we put a $150 board in there and away it went. And I rang the guy up and said, put our bid on it. I think it was about $250, $100 for all the messing around. And he was ecstatic. And he goes, I said, "Why's that?" He said, "Well, I've already got the other TV back." He said, "I've got another $15,000 TV in the bedroom. Now I'm going to put another $12,000 one in the spare room." All because this other dickhead didn't know what he was doing. He just turned up and said, "Oh, it's not working. Let's write it off." So now he's got two, excess $12,000 TVs in his house. For the sake of the guy's just a tyre kicker. That's all he was. He doesn't do the job properly. He's no idea. So he's cost the insurance company a freaking fortune, which I can't do anything about because I'll start a witch hunt that I can't stop. And turns out it's just that. And from there onwards, with a lot of technicians that I have got in there, we understood that a lot of the time it is the aerial that does that job. The aerial is very sensitive. The aerial connector inside the radio frequency unit, RFU, is sensitive to any kind of electronic discharge or any kind of EMF. So you get a storm going past, mate, take the aerial out of the back of the TV and start watching Netflix, because most of the time the TV's safe with the RSD, which is your switchboard. That'll switch out if it gets hit, and if it gets hit by lightning, the RSD is going to do nothing anyway. It's going to destroy it, and it's going to be so obvious the insurance company's got to do something about it anyway. So I've told that to all my kids as well. When they have a storm going near, take the aerial out, start watching some stuff off of your hard drive. And a lot of the times people say that. They'll say, "I don't watch any TV," because there's shit on TV. Honestly, I've got no problems with agreeing with you on that one. But your aerial's still connected. And so, yeah, if you're not using TV, just disconnect the aerial and just use your Wi-Fi for Netflix. It's a lot safer. For the TV, especially if it's an expensive one. Obviously, the best thing to have is a UPS, but not everyone thinks that way. Which is like a line active UPS. Lightning will destroy the UPS, being $120, $150, but it won't touch the TV because it's be line active, so it will always only feed 240 or 230 volts to it. That's the best way to protect anything you've got. It started with computers because they're fairly sensitive to UPSs, but that's not where it finishes. Yeah, the up system can save you thousands, mate. But to be honest with you, I've got accidental cover for up to about 6K because these things happen. Like you trip over a VR mask and you fuck that up. You want to be able to replace that with a small amount of excess instead of paying another $600 or even a $2,000 for a HTC Vive. Or for whatever else you got it for, then having to pay the full price on it. So accidental cover is always a good move, and normally it's only about 60. Well, no, it's normally $99 to 150 excess. So it does a job. But yeah, that's the industry I'm in, and that's it's the same deal. I think every industry has their own sort of niche market and problem solving, and the old saying is you don't bring your car into a mechanic to get your tyres changed, you bring it to a tyre place. They can do it, but they don't specialise in it. So that happens with us as well. But having said that, buddy, this has now been a 3-hour stream. I'm absolutely wasted fucked because it's been a hell of a day work-wise, and I'm now about halfway through a bottle of 10-year-old single malt, so I'm absolutely stuffed. So I'll see how I go tomorrow after the to tennis or whatever else I have to do with the family. See if I can whack a stream up then. Thanks a lot for being the very first subscriber and throwing some bits my way. I didn't think I'd see that for a while to see what that looked like, and at this end, I've never experienced it before, so that's fun. And as you know, it's approaching 1 o'clock, so I better amspray, get some food into me to absorb some of this alcohol so I'm not quite as crook tomorrow morning. And we will catch up with you very soon. I would imagine if you're around the place tomorrow, I'll catch up with you then, I suppose. And yeah, it'll be good. One day we'll get something organised. I'll organise the bike and get the Shed King out of the shed and catch up with you for lunch or something like that, and we'll have a bit of a chat about being over in the UK or whatever. Be good. All right, fella, have a good night. And again, thanks a lot for coming along. I'm going to hit my stream deck now and actually terminate the stream and catch up with you tomorrow. Again, thanks for coming along, and I will see you again soon, buddy. Catch ya.